Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to our next large, painful project. So, what we're going to be doing is, well, I mean, it's in the name, but we're going to be making a mining mothership. So, I've sketched out a couple ideas, and I have a couple things written down for how this is going to go. But what I'm thinking currently is this ship will be definitely over the building budget, and it won't be able to fly for a while, but it's also kind of just going to be a concept ship for fun. And yeah, that honestly, as long as it's cool to look at, that's going to be it. So I'm going to pull up the idea real quick. So we've got this. It's horrific, but so basically, you have the front. It's got this mouth, and there's going to be a little hangar there, and so some ships can fly in, and it'll only go to about here on it. And yeah, I know I made this in Paint in like a minute, so just yeah. But so it'll only go to about there, and then you can store some mining ships in there and all that good stuff. And then obviously you have the bridge. And then back in here, all of this will be those engineering spaces, and it'll also have just wide open spaces where we would put refinery equipment, respawn equipment, and probably also some other stuff like, the, what's it called? Resource crates. That's it. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be doing. Hey Tom, welcome to the stream. Did you see the horrific drawing, or do you want me to pull it up again for what I think should be our next project? Um, but so I guess what we'll do is kind of start. I want to start with just the general shape of it, so front hanger. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build. I think I should build this out of 96 centimeter beams, because if we're not caring about the build limit, then we should be fine. Um, Now here's the thing. So at the front, what we can do is we can have these T intersections and kind of just have it like, nope, not like that. Nope, not like that. As you can tell, I'm still learning all the keybinds. Like this. So just kind of copy and paste and go like that. Or what we can do is we can kind of make this a wider front area. We could take like a, not you, but you, this, and put it like that. And then we'll just pop another one on top. And do something like this. I think this may be better. Just, it'll give it a thicker rim around the outside of the front, which I kind of think is what we want to go for. That way you can kind of do some designing in there. I think that would work well. Oh, it has the bot. I think the bot is being slow again today, but I think this will be the way to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop those off. And there we go. And then, so I want this to actually be quite large. Probably even in the editor, like testing the limits of what this game can do. That's what I would really like this to accomplish. So let's see. Okay, it does fit like that. There we go. So while I was kind of dreaming up this design, I was thinking what we could do is we could actually build it sideways. Because, so in my initial idea, what I wanted this ship to be is I wanted it to be wider than it is tall, and it still will be, but you see the side, so 30 by 30 meters, that actually, wait, no, that wouldn't have worked, but if I had built it kind of like this, looking down on it, so instead of getting the 30 by 30 meters, it would have been 50 by 30, kind of looking at the front. So yeah, that didn't really happen, but that's okay. I think but I think that should be a wide enough front. I don't want to make it too wide, just out of if we need to put anything on the side, like if we want to add in some detailing later, so I'll take one of those off. But I think that'll be kind of the core width. Then what we'll do, before I choke, let's see, we want to go with the 108. Yeah, kind of something like that. Except so the front is where the hanger is, so like the mouth is kind of there. Yeah. Yeah, that's spot on. Here, let me make this bigger real quick so I can actually read your chats easier. Oh, geez, this is flying all over my screen. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right, so I think we're gonna kind of quote unquote have a box ship. We'll just take this and that'll be our kind of corner curve. Honestly, I'm okay with that being our corner. So what we're gonna do is pull this over here. And all right, so I was thinking we could use 30-degree beams and this time actually make sure that I do them properly. But also 30-degree beams are sent directly from Lori's personal hell. So I also kind of don't want to use 30-degree beams. So we'll just go with that. And then what we'll do, so this, I think what we can do here is turn that into a 5 direction. Yeah. So what we'll do, so this will be going in 5 directions, and then this will be kind of the wall of the interior. And we'll do that over here as well. And we'll just slap that there, ba ba ba, and there it is. So I'm not sure, once we kind of get the front together, I'll run it by you guys, but if I want there to be like a little curve here, so what we'll do is we'll do something like this. Yeah, so I think, yeah, the hangar should be big enough to haul one of the larger asteroids back by itself, easy peasy. But I think what I'm gonna have in it is mining barges. Hello, I hear squeaky chair.
Gentlemen,
Hello.
how goes the night?
Good. So I'm just kind of starting work on a mining barge or mining mothership that is going to be bigger than it should be, and it's going to take longer than I should make a ship in, but it's okay.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. And see, this is what I was saying, like I don't want it to be this tall. That's just kind of ridiculous. Like, look at that. That's going to be, I want it to be something more manageable, like that kind of size. And then what we'll do is we'll actually move this over. So like that. And then we'll take this and we'll move it over here. Like that. Yeah, like, because I want this ship to have a certain proportion to it. Like, because it's a mothership, it's going to be large anyway, but I want to look a specific, have a ratio. I think I was kind of, another ship that I was kind of taking as inspiration for this is, whatchamacallit. So in Star Wars, in, which one is it? I think it's episode 7, when when Rey meets Chewbacca and Han Solo on the when they're in the Millennium Falcon and then they run into the mining barge. I kind of want it to be like that. And yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure if it is big enough for an asteroid. Um, let's see. And of course, we can't bring in any other ships to see if it is roughly the same size. Um, but what we could do is just have this as the hangar. So, hey Panda Pants, how's it going? And yeah, just kind of have this as that. Let's see, I think that's 72, yeah. Yeah, that's 72 centimeter. We'll just take this and pop, pop, pop. All right, there we go. Um, so I could have it. I could. Hmm. I could make it like 96, like what is this? 36, so like 120 centimeters taller. I think that would be not too bad. But also I like the flat kind of shape. Hmm. Oh, and that's good to hear. Yeah, that's gonna be a cool ship when it's done as well. But so that'll be kind of our hangar design thing. And let's see. I kind of want to do most of this in the 96 centimeter grid form, just because that's honestly for a generic structure, that's actually pretty good. And then we're actually going to use the 5-way. Oh, I did not want to rotate it like that. There we go. So if we use them like this, and of course they can't rotate. There we go. And then we can make a grid like that. And then we'll do a classic copy paste. Hey Crusader, welcome to the stream. I'm doing good, how are you? And so the pilot chair. Oh yeah, so with things that bolt to turntables, honestly, what you want to do is you want to write that down on a sticky note or something, or a reminder somewhere that you need to unbolt that. And then what you're going to do is just at the end, as soon as you're about to release your ship, you never hit auto bolt again and you take those bolts out. And then you do manual bolting from there. And so, Crusader, what happened to the pirate ship? Um, Dan and I just haven't started to work on that, so I was gonna just do a mining barge. So I figured, yeah, I don't know. But because, yeah, Dan and I haven't really started on that. We haven't found a time to do any of that. It's just kind of there. Though we do have some ideas for what we're gonna do. Because we're obviously... Oh geez, I'm gonna choke again, hold on. Wow. But we want to be dread pirates, so thanks for the follow. But so yeah, we want we want to be dread pirates, and I feel like I'm about to die now for some reason. But so here's what I'm thinking: these sides are going to be accessible. Like you can walk around. You should be able to fit in between them. Yeah. As like an access hatch, and then you can kind of have them so you can step out of them and then walk along the sides. The cargo crates I want to have at the back of the ship. So what I'm thinking is, so this will be extended all the way like back to here or back here. It's going to be a long ship. And Oh, geez, my voice. Oh, it's really hurting today. Yikes. Um, but so on this half, like in the back portion, it would be cargo crates, and then on this half in the back portion, it would be like the refining area and all of that. And we could just have those as like walkable tunnels, and we could have the wires and pipes going through there, and then we could have little doorways along the side in the hangar that you can just pop out of if you don't want to walk through a potentially dangerous area. This is going to be really heavy. I'm now just looking at that. I think I might want to make these um, 196. Yeah, I think I'm going to make these 196 centimeters long. Um, just because there's not going to be a lot of weight up here, and that's the way it should stay. So what we're going to do, we're going to not use decorative plates, but this. For the channel point stuff? Okay, yeah. Combustible is going to remind me to add in all of the art after the stream, so I'll do that then as well. And yeah, those would also be really useful for boarding defense. And you could potentially have like extra equipment back there too, if you want to, um, in case of emergency on the flight deck. You can just kind of pop out with, I was going to say a fire extinguisher, but it's Starbase and we don't really have use of a fire extinguisher. So, yeah. And, yeah, there's so many. Just having access to most of the ship is a brilliant idea when you're building something. And, okay, so you can get really detailed. So, oh, I accidentally grabbed too much. So, none of my ships, like even the Nebulon B, you might call that detailed, but I didn't go into the little itty bitty details there. So what a lot of people do is they'll build their general frame, and you can definitely fit the Rocinante in here. It'll have to be to scale, which is the only issue, but you can definitely put it in here. And so let's go to plates. You can get plates down to 12 by 24 centimeters, which, yeah, oh, the Rossi is 46. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, then it would fit super easy. So, yeah, like you can get super small details, and then there's also decorative plates, which have all kinds of crazy stuff that you can do. So, I'd say it may take a while, but you can definitely do it. Yeah, now those two ships, that would be a bit more. And all right, so I was thinking maybe that deep for a flight deck. What do you guys think about that? You could probably fit a what's it called? Man, I have not brushed up on my ship names. Uh, what's it called? It's the small miner that is pretty good. Yeah, you could fit small haulers, but I'm looking for the specific name of the one hauler that's. Is it just the hauler? It's got 16 cargo crates, I think. 12 or 16, and that strikes me as odd, but yeah. So I think you could fit probably like 3 or 4 haulers in here. I like we'll just line the edges with where are they? They're probably in devices. We can just get them with tons of cargo lock beams. Yeah, it's the friend we made along the way. All right, and then what we'll do is along the sides, we'll extend this out. Just like that. And there we go. I can't. How can I spawn in some haulers? I don't have. Do I save it as a module or something? Because, okay. That reminds me, before I do that though, we have to save it, and we have to figure out a save name for this. Save as. Hmm. What do we want to call this? I want to call it a insert name here, class mothership. Um, hmm. A John class mothership. Or, hmm. Because you can tell that. Oh, you named it John. Okay, that's Senki's ship. Um, we could call this Robert. Or the Jonathan class, yeah. Or we could call it. Okay, so you say Jonathan. That brings me back to Star Trek Enterprise. We could call it an Archer class, but that sounds more like a um, long-range combat ship. Hmm. Let's see. I'm not sure. Oh, we'll just go with the Jonathan class for now. All right. And then let's open lay hauler. And then copy paste, open, and then, you know, I do like the sound of that. Okay, so you can fit a hauler in here, but it will be tight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this one notch taller, because the more damage you can avoid outside the safe zone, the better. Because I know that there's no way that I will be threading a needle anywhere around this ship. There we go. Alright, I don't think that looks too bad for front of the ship. And then we want to extend this one more. There we go. Alright. Without snapping. Let's just see. So, you're flying around in your hauler, la-di-da-di-da. And you want to come in for docking. Okay, that's not... Now, granted, you wouldn't be full throttling it, kind of like I was, but that is plenty of space for a ship of that size. And we would have to put reverse thrusters on it to back it out. But we could fit. If we pack them in, we could probably fit 3. Let's do a science experiment. Science with sim. Ooh, yeah, and we could just, yeah, stuff like that. Contracting out, and or just having people use their own custom ships. So if we really pack them in, what we could do is something like this. Oh, if here, we're gonna have to get this really close. Like that. Another one right there. We might be able to, oh, I lost my copy paste. That's handy dandy. Ooh, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yes. Why can't I? Oh, that's gonna be an issue now. That's no good. Oh, well, that kind of dashes my hopes. Um, that means you can't copy paste anything that's over budget. Hmm. So now this is quote unquote sim copyrighted. Um, but I think for a lot of my ships, what I'm doing is like famous scientists and stuff. So like, I had Einstein's Demon and like I was thinking for my next ship, Galileo's Trepidation, kind of stuff like that. That would be a cool I like that name. Yeah. But so I was thinking what we could do for this ship is we could find like a famous miner, um, or like a something like that, and name the ship accordingly. And how so insane? Like insane, or just normal insane? Because there's a lot of different versions of insane. So this area, what we would do is we'd put plates down. And we can use the uh, warning sign plates from the other ships. We can copy and paste those in and kind of have like this is the flight deck area in here to where ships should stop. And then what we'll do is, so we have this little short area over here. What we'll do is we will take that and hit Shift C so it snaps and put it over here. Except we're going to have one slight change. So this is going to start going upwards. So right here, I think, yeah, this is going to be in all 6 directions. Okay, so he's just like a really amazing scientist, because that's pretty cool. But I think a lot of the good naming schemes will come from real people being named like after a class of ship, or the other way around. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you gotta be. They say it's not rocket science, but oh, yeah, attitude control. I feel like it looks easy enough to do from the outside, but you look at it and then it's like, oh, no. Crusader, why? RIP. Do you not? I thought you had a Twitch Prime sub. But then what we'll do is we'll take this and finish it, because I didn't finish it. Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know how to react quite. Because the Twitch Prime is a solid deal. And yeah, that's a long list of accomplishments right there. That's pretty cool. But so what I'm hoping right here is that um, so when I was trying to copy and paste those ships, it was denying me with the pipes, and I hope that it will allow me to build over the build limits if I'm not copy pasting. Um, so hopefully, because otherwise this is gonna be a sad time. It doesn't. Oh, that's well. Let's see. I think. Um, no. Okay. Sorry. I thought it was super close to the build budget over there, but that is rough. We're still gonna continue with this, even if it's gonna be a husk of a ship. But and I think we want 96 centimeter beams over here because if a ship hits it, I want this to be structurally sound. And thank you for the follow. But yeah, so I want this to be kind of structurally sound if we do get hit by somebody bumping their ship into this as a safety feature. Imagine having all of those like as highlights of your career. That would be amazing. So we're just gonna... Man, I miss the good old days when you could go over the build budgets and all it would do is disable your engines. Ah, fun times. Jeez. And he's still working. So here I think, let's see. I want to use the 5 direction. And then, yeah, we'll put it like that. And we'll just keep going like that. There we are. Okay, so this way, if we're building multiple decks, we can actually just branch off of these. But the only thing is a deck is 192 centimeters high if you want an endo to be fit through it. So one more, we might be able to have 3 decks on this if the SCC allows it, or the SSC. I've always called it like the SCC, even though it's obviously not, because it's Starship Creator. Then we'll just keep... Hopefully this should meet in the middle. Not sure if it will, but it should. And then if we just take you guys, no, right there. Well, that's a national embarrassment. What happened? Something is ever so slightly off. What? Ah, there it is. I was about to be scared there. I thought that was going to be some massive issue that I was going to have to rework this frame for. There we go. Okay. And so I think a good spot would be like we cut out these right here. And then we have our flight, our interior kind of flight command. Yeah, I think that would be pretty solid. But so that's kind of going to be our hangar. Yeah, we're going to have to squeeze some things. We're going to change this up a bit. This is probably, no, this is definitely. So, it's just going to be hangar control. So, here. Yeah, a couple of you haven't seen this. Yeah, you're about to see something beautiful. So this is my idea. So the bridge will actually be up there and they'll be able to control stuff up there. But then like right in here, you'll have the actual hangar control. So we're just gonna ignore that like 1 minute long paint drawing to illustrate the concept. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm shooting for. And these will actually be 6-way beam intersections. Yeah, cool. But so yeah, those will be the interiors. Oh man, my brain is just. So this ship will just have one massive hangar, and well, this is it right here. So I think I might not want to bolt the ship at all as well. Oh, what the? Okay, there we go. Um, but yeah, so this whole area is going to be one massive hangar, and it's not going to be a cargo lock frame. Well, oh, that's actually a good point. I could have it be a cargo lock frame, but if you wanted to have multiple ships in here, ooh, well, that brings up another question. Should it be cargo lock beams, just covering the entirety of the inside here, or should it be frame? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. So we could do a couple tests with that, but um, actually that may work well because my one concern about it is that the cargo lock frames, they don't fit well. Um, yeah, it would be easier and much easier to control as well, but the frames, they probably won't fit in here. So if we go to its cargo, let's say, let's see. So we got the cargo lock here, here, and corner. So if we go here, sorry, what's that, Yo-Yo? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say. Um, so let's see. If it fits well, then I'm gonna be very happy, and we will probably go with these cargo lock frames. But hello, Yo-Yo, and welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you before, so all right. So see, that's kind of what I'm getting at. If we delete that and flip this around, so these are, I can't actually read what they are. Um, but nope, they're 48 centimeters. So if we do something like that, see, it's just ever so slightly off. And what that means is, so I can make it flush with like the back here, but if I were to make it, flush with everything else, so, I'd have to bring down the ceiling here 24 centimeters for it to contact the frame, which, yeah. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's the only thing I don't like about the cargo lock frames. They're only very specific sizes. And if we had a 24 centimeter, that would be perfect, but we don't. So we're kind of stuck here. Yeah. Oh yeah, the amount of Vasamas we could put in here, uh, we could probably fit a couple dozen at least. This could be like a ship haul, like a haul hauler. Oh man, that you guys get the point. A haul hauler. Yeah. And you could just put a couple smaller ships in here, or you could fit a larger ship sideways. There's some smaller like Corvette class. Yeah, a hauler. Oh man. But so yeah, I think we may have to just go with cargo lock beams and put a ton in. Um, yeah. Hmm. We'll see how the cookie crumbles. I'm not sure how this cookie's gonna crumble yet. Um, but what we'll do is we'll extend this out. So we'll go into test editor real quick. But this ship, hmm, it could have 3 decks in it, or we could just have like one smaller deck and then a larger, kind of more mechanic deck. And yes, you do need 3 of them to intersect, but what we can do is, so save first because there was a little bit of lag. But what we can do is we can have on this side beams coming out from there, on this side beams coming out from there, beams coming out from here, and then from the floor and the ceiling. So in some places there would be 5 points of contact. And this is going to be an insanely expensive ship, but that's okay because it's a mothership. Yeah, and this is only the hangar. I am going to put these sides in though. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this, we're going to copy that part over and realize that I did this wrong and snatch these out. Yeah, and even if it is 4 points, that's still the minimum, that's still above the minimum required intersections. So I'd say that's pretty solid. And we'll see if we're actually able to test this. We can try multiple ships inside of this, and oh man, if it's actually flyable, um, we can have those ships in there and see if they fall out or how much stress they distribute to the frame. Yeah, that's so what we'll do is that there, and then we want to have 5-way intersection here, and then no, there we go. Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, 5-way. Nope, that's not right. I'm just gonna manually rotate this because I'm fed up. But we do something like that, and then this also needs to be turned into a 5-directional intersection, and then we're good. So all we'll do is we'll copy all of this over. Da, da, da. And that works. And voila. If it, oh, come, there we go. Voila. There is, we can call these, I think we can call them the ribs. I kind of want to have a ribbed effect on this ship. So like this one, like this rib space here would be bumped out on the exterior of the ship, and then the next one, which would go here, is kind of inlaid, so it gets a natural texture from just the effect of that. There's a lot to experiment with here, so we're gonna figure that out. And then I'm actually gonna put in the these beams here just now, and then I can copy and paste this and not have to put these in later. The wonders of rapid duplication. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy and paste this entire section and pray that I did everything right and this will fit. Dun, dun, dun. I am going to take this out here though, because I need to take that off. There we go. And I'm going to leave that out there because then we can turn it around as well. Oh, I see. I did this differently here because I have the 196 beams. So farewell to all of these things, all of these 96 beams that we were going to actually use. We have upgraded. And likely all of this support along the sides here is not necessary. I kind of want to do it just because, you know, if a ship bumps into this, I don't want things to go breaking apart and flying apart very easy. So I am gonna delete these though, just because that's actually kind of troublesome. We'll do that. And then we will copy this from the inside like that. If you learn anything from watching these videos, it's the different ways to try and copy and paste stuff easier. There we go. Yeah, honestly, just in case. Oh man, Hydra just DM'd me, imagine playing Starbase. Couldn't be me. I've not played Starbase in so long. Alright, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Looks really like a gantry. Oh, so there aren't any right now. I'm kind of holding off on that because I'm a little scared. So we're just going to try an auto bolt on this. And, oh, alright, so one auto bolt. Oh man, it's taken a hot second. Oh boy. Almost. Is it done? No, it's not. There we go. Okay. 2,600 attachment plates and 5,000 bolts. That's actually a little bit less than what I had imagined. And we're almost at an eighth of our voxel volume. It's a delight. Well, there you go. That's large right there. And what we'll do is we'll take this. We're going to kind of disassemble this for parts just to make it easier. And then we'll take this, flip it around, and Bob is your uncle, even if you don't have an Uncle Bob. There you go. And then we shall take this and kind of do the same thing, except I'm going to be smart and do it all here so I can just copy and paste easy. Like that. And then we'll take these out because they're kind of just in the way. I probably should have realized that before I started building, but they're, yeah. Alright. Stick that right there. Alright, fits perfect. So, no issues there. And so I kind of want the ship to have that general hull structure around the entirety of it. So yeah, we're gonna run with that. Do I want to kind of just keep it moving along? I'm not sure right now. Do you guys think I should just like kind of have it all the way to the back? I think that would actually probably be a good idea. And considering this probably won't be holding any weight. Ah, now there's your issue. So I think what we'll do is we'll just delete these beams just on also on this on the other side of the ship, and I accidentally selected there, so that's painful. But we'll delete those. We're not going to delete those. We're going to select them and move them like a smart Starbase engineer and then delete them. Because in case you guys don't know, if you just delete the things outright, the attachment plates stay. So I move them first and then delete them. And what do you mean? What was one tick in Word? Let me just move this and delete it. This, because it's lined up perfectly as it should be. Now what I will do though is this. I would like to have a copy of this. Just to have on the side. So that I can, I kind of want to just have this so I can take from it when I need to. It's important to have kind of a template for your ship. So I think that is proper. So we're gonna stick that over here. And when I tried to build the final one, oh yeah. So like that's kind of why I was snatching this, so I can do that. And like this. And I think, so I do want to build a majority of the, oh, I want to hold shift and keep that. But so I want to build the outer part of the ship with a majority of these just because it takes up less material. But also I want to have it on the inside so that it properly fits, I guess. This is going to be an interesting experience. Well, I guess we can just take it 96 centimeters at a time. Um, or what I can do, so the thing is, a lot of the stuff back here is going to be anchored to the floor or ceiling. Probably not the walls. And if I need to, oh, I did not want to switch to rotate. I could probably move them. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Just build like this, and then these don't have to touch the wall all the time, or the side hull of the ship, because on the inside, so like this is 192 centimeters plus the 36, they'll still intersect with these smaller 96 centimeter grids every once in a while. Or no, it is better to build with the 96. I don't want to do it personally, but I think it'll just be better when I'm building the ship later on, or designing an interior so that everything actually connects properly. This is going to drastically increase our connection count. Drastically. Yeah, so these beams here are not aligned, and that's because these side things are just slightly off. Um, is it worth making that? Yeah, I think it is worth making it like that. Um, just deleting this wall here and actually aligning it properly. Yeah, let's go do that. We're just gonna take that out, delete it, and then yeah, so that's a good point because a lot of the woes on my previous ships have been because I have decided not to align things properly, um, in favor of having a quote unquote cooler structure in a certain area. So yeah, I think this is a good. And then we just go 96 centimeters all the way. Yeah, it makes a lot of well, everything easier down the line when I actually have to build, if I want to build interlocking structure bits. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out and we are going to hit, well, I'm going to select as many of these as I can. I'm going to move it and delete. And then I'll do the same here. But we will leave that cargo lock frame there just as a frame of mind, a reminder that I am going to need to use that. And then just has those little boosters at the top and bottom. Yeah, the weight system won't have to deal with any really weird, like, misaligned bits. And I don't know why, but this kind of reminds me of, for some reason, in Star Wars on Naboo, the hangar bay that um, little Annie flew out of. um, yeah, so they're 96 centimeter frames. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll have these, make a copy of them, except these will be mirrored for the other side, which I will use them on. There we go. And I'm not confident this will actually, oh, okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, there are so many reasons why that should be like that. So, does it fit? It does. Okay, cool. And then we'll just keep going. So I'm gonna move this bit here. Oh, this area here. All that stuff's going inside. But so like that, and I didn't select anything I don't want. So, and this is kind of what structure I want to have on the outside. I think it's now lined up. Yep, it's lined up now. But so I want to build the ship backwards like that. Just kind of that general very large shape. There we go. The voxel volume limit has tiers in size. Oh yeah, this is going to be way more cargo ship than Bastet. So it could have gone either way. I could make it look more like the Bastet. Um, I could make it look more like the Bastet, having the dual bridges and all of that, but I think we could just get away with one, like on the top side of this. Oh yeah, I'm definitely out of attachment place. We're gonna save real quick. Um, without a floor or ceiling to be seen. And we're gonna hit auto bolt and watch everything fall around us. Oh, unless it succeeded. Oh. See, half the time with auto bolt on big stuff, you're not sure if it's gonna fail and crash and burn or not. So Oh boy. The music stopped. Um, I think I should take that as a bad sign. Oh, I see bolts. Oh geez, okay, we're fine. Okay. We're all right. That's honestly surprising. Um, that is very surprising. All right. Cool. Um, well, there we go. Um, I don't think we actually need these side pieces anymore, so I think I'm gonna delete them because I can just copy and paste for now. But we'll have the engine compartment covered, so we will extend this another. No, that's wrong because I accidentally selected something too much. Um, but we'll just add 2 more of these on because then we can put in interior box thrusters. And yeah, let's see, the cost of this is already, oh, it's actually not too bad. It's 1.3 mil and bonk. Ah, okay, you get it. I have to say bonk. But um yeah, that's not too shabby. This is certainly going to be a cargo cube. Um, and I'm not going to put down the cargo. So here is kind of what I was thinking of doing. So we'll go into devices, cargo, and the modular or cargo crates. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. So the left side in here is going to be cargo crates. And then the right side in here is going to be manufacturing and all of that. And someone, yes, of course, I cannot wait for that to come out. I will definitely be doing group flights. All right. So like even just this. So 1, 2. So it won't fill all the way, but that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 5 by 3. So that's 15. From cosine losses. What? Uh, hmm. And actually, I don't think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it like half and half, like this. I think I should build it more half and half like this, sideways. So like the front half has like a corridor in it that you can walk through, but it's a majority of cargo crates for balance. Like I know cosine, but like how is it being used in this context? Pretty much. All right. Let's see. So I think we should put the floor in. Oh, and I deleted a part accidentally. That's a shame. It's a good thing. We have a lot of ship to deal with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so what we can do, here's what we can do. What I'll have is, so this area, hey Jack, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? But so like this area back here, so this will be engines and engine walkway. Then what we can do is we can have this area here, like up to there, be all cargo crates, or even a little bit further. And then this area will be all manufacturing spaces. And they do simulate center of mass, which is a big issue on a lot of ships. But like this area would all be manufacturing spaces, and we can put in the refineries and everything there that you actually need. So that would be a handy dandy. And then the bridge could go like somewhere like right here. Kind of raise it up a little bit. Or we could go kind of for like if you guys are familiar with cruise ship bridges, like one in the center and it has really long wings on either side. I think a cruise ship kind of design would be really cool because then what you can do is, well, the pilot station is, so let's say the bridge is this far back. The pilot station would be right here, so you can see all that. And you can have somebody that can walk all the way over here and you can and they'll still be inside the bridge, but they can look down the sides and everything just to check without ever leaving it or going on the outside of the ship, which could be a pretty useful thing to have actually. That is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how I want to do that. Why did I get... I just got a bunch of pings. Alright, that's whatever. But, yeah, so... Oh, did somebody throw it in general chat? What? I don't... Where? I don't see this. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, that is my design. It's 1 minute concept art. You know, that would be a fun thing to do. Just to have 1 minute concept art videos. Or, sorry, like I draw a ship, kind of general design in 1 minute, and figure out if we want to do it or not. That would be, ooh. That would be cool. Bruh, why would you do this to me? You shall get your bruh as per request. Now, here's another question. So we built the back area all using the 96 centimeter beams. So I think, yeah, I think we should build the floor out of the 96 centimeters as well. And that's a loaded question because if I say I get bored, then people might just make me say it more. But also if I say I don't get bored, people will do it more. So, bruh. I need to put, don't make me regret, Jack, don't make me regret this. I will put finer limits on how many bruhs a person can say per stream. But so I think what we should do is just, we'll take a floor piece and we're gonna floor this place up. Yeah, I don't think I should limit it much more per stream because otherwise it's just gonna be bruh, 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 bruh all the time. I think 2 per stream of each might be good. 1 or 2. Because even 4 seems a bit much because people, Jack, redeem it all at one time. So, there is that. Ah, was it worth it? Or, I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. See, the thing was, well, so I don't think, actually, I'll have to check, but I'm not sure if I can set it like 1 per hour, stuff like that. So we're gonna have to check that out. Yeah, okay. So that's another thing. I was trying, oh, we're gonna copy and paste here, but for some people who I was thinking of doing a challenge, and I also want to get rid of all the channel points in the pool. That way, the challenge might not succeed. I haven't thought up one yet, but it was going to be something interesting. And yeah, honestly, playing Elite is awesome. I love Elite Dangerous, but I haven't played in so long. It's kind of a shame, actually. Space Engineers, I am less sad about that because uh, Keen Software House abandoned Medieval Engineers, which, don't get me wrong, Space Engineers is a good game, but now that they're starting to put a bunch of stuff behind the DLC paywalls. Oh, there we go. Ooh, hmm, hmm. All right, yeah. That should be, so that'll determine, I need to specify, but that will determine my Tuesday game. So, yes, I will do Elite Dangerous. Yeah, someone, you sure have some experience with that. Uh, and that is a lot of floor. Jeez. Yeah, I know Dual Universe, and I think actually a lot of people here do know. Apparently, it's starting to come. I heard some stuff about it coming out of their NDA soon, which I don't know how to take it, but someone, there's no way you're gonna get out of your poutine goal. I, mm, that just absolutely, it's gonna be hilarious. See, what you should have done is you should have picked some food that you actually like, but you put out the idea that it's super disgusting, and voila, Jack, bruh. That's a free bruh that you get. Jeez. You need to get Crusader and everyone else in on that. But also there we go. Our attachment plates are getting closer. And yeah, very reasonable. Okay, so 27th of August. It's going to be interesting because they've put out so little that we don't really have anything to go off of. I saw a video the other day and it was like the most ambitious space game ever, and I'm like, come on. So, I have to get rid of, I'm gonna have to get rid of all these attachment plates because I can no longer attachment plate. Yeah, judging by all the gameplay footage they've had out for so many years, I I get the bad feeling from it just because, when you have that image out for so long, it becomes, your game. And so, yeah, it, it's going to be interesting. And I don't like the AAA subscription MMO stuff. That, like, if it's just like if you have to pay to actually play the game, that is immediate. I don't want to play your game. But if it's like, hey, you can play, jeez, if you can play the game for free, but there's still like a bunch of stuff you can't use. So like Eve Online, you can play for free, but if you want the best stuff, you have to pay. I'm kind of okay with that to experience like Eve Online, but to actually play at a minimum, that's kind of, I don't like it. I'm kind of wondering when we're gonna hit our voxel limit. Soon, perhaps. Soon, TM. Dun, 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 dun. And it's kind of funny because this ship build has actually gone reasonably fast for a haul. Granted, it's just a lot of copy paste, but yeah, this is a large lad. Yeah, and so that's we're gonna see if it transfers to something like Eve. So, oh my, sorry, I didn't want to sneeze. Um, all right. So, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to bolt this entire ship. Um, but we're already at what is that? Do do do. Yeah, so we're at 3/8 of our voxel volume. We are over halfway to our maximum objects. Our bolts are halfway there, and our attachment plates are already gone. So we'll hit auto bolt one last time and see what happens. Oh boy. Yes, don't worry, I got you. I will bolt. There you are. The bolting shall commence. Actually, I should have gotten into a better spot for this. So we're gonna see if it will bolt some of it, or if it just bolts none of it and decides to crash. Oh, okay, yeah. So it just crashed and didn't bolt all of it. Um, that's a shame. I wish they still had the thing where you could build over the limit. You just couldn't actually use the ship. As in, like, you can't fly it. And thank you, because, oh man, this is gonna be interesting. But so, here's what I'm thinking. So, the hangar right here, then you come back here, and there's all this free real estate. Um, lot of free real estate. So these back three sections, so like here to the back of the ship, that will be like covered engines, and I might do a little bit something out here, kind of, with the engine like cowling, I think it's called. And really, so I heard it was a bad port, but that's a shame. And oh yeah, so guys, I feel like a lot of you would like this, but Borderlands 3 is on a 5-day free trial right now on Steam, um, and it's also half off. So yeah, but then this area back here would be like cargo crates, since I think a cargo crate fits into one of these segments, like onto it. So we could have a lot of cargo crates back here, and then we would want to keep like this area. So there'd be a wall here, and there would be like the bridge control here for the hangar, and miscellaneous other things in there. Maybe some generators, or the generators will be in the back. But then this whole area will be the kind of working floor. So we'll have furnaces and, um, the resource ports, and who knows, maybe even a factory bit at some point. Hmm. Jeez. Yeah, it's a shame when you get a bad PC port. Let's... Ooh, that is rough. Huh. Alright, well, back to the editor. Oh, alrighty. Here we are. So, it's gonna take a hot second to catch up, apparently. I think. Come on. Save, I know you can do it. There we go. All right. So, I'm not gonna have the space to do this, but we will try the cargo stuff first. Um, so will a cargo crate? Okay, that is perfect for what I was looking for. To know that a cargo crate would fit in this, because then we can actually surmise how much. So we could do five car five cargo crates tall, and then we could start here. So 5 cargo crates, and then like we could go, yeah, like to there. That's enough. That's 20 in one slice. And then we'll just figure out how many across this can go.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Dan?
Good. How about you?
Pretty solid. Um, yeah, that's okay. So here we are. And this just means we could have like a little walkway in the middle if we wanted to get to the engineering segment, but we're gonna count this real quick, and I'm gonna count out loud because I don't know why, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, um, if I keep it like that, this ship would have 260 cargo crates, which now for a mining mothership, that's probably, we could do, we could just expand it more forward. So like 25 by 13, that's 325. Yeah, so we can decide once the limits are actually of the SSC are actually expanded, we can decide on what we want the um, cargo crates to be. But yeah, because we also need the update where we can have the storage crates for items, and we're going to see how refined materials work. So Dan, I'm building the mega miner mothership, except it's going to be more like a refinery mothership.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So how many people do you think you want to have crewing this at once?
Okay. So if if we're running operations, we will probably want like oh, thanks for the follow. Uh, so we'll have however many pilots. So if we're doing like if we have the haulers, we could have three or we could actually have up to 5 haulers in here. So that would be 5 pilots. Um, plus bridge crew, which I would want to be at least 2 people, and then 2 engineers, one to watch the um, like generators and all of that, and one to kind of watch the flight deck. And then if somebody's not working, we could always have them on refinery crew because we would want. Actually, we may need 2 more people on top of those engineers, so like maybe 8 people, 8 to 10
Okay.
people if we're running full operations.
All right.
Because yeah, we've got the 5 pilots, then the 2 bridge crew, and then uh, the other people, the other 3 would be a mix between the engineers and running the furnaces on the ship.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think we would actually want the more cargo crates though. So if we were to go, so it's 13 across, and if we start right there, let's see, we could go honestly to like here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 long by 5 tall and by 13 wide. So that's 455 cargo crates, which that might be more like it. Now,
I think you're gonna probably run into the voxel volume limit before you get there.
Dan, don't you worry. I've already run into limits preventing the ship from being built.
Oh.
Have you looked at my stream to see this?
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, this bad boy is already at 7,800 attachment plates out of 8,000.
My God.
So, basically right now, this is just theoretical yo-yo. So none of this costs anything until I want to buy it.
It's kind of like creative mode.
Yeah. And so I can't wait until we have furnaces because then we can actually see how much space they'll take up. But this actually seems like a reasonable area for furnaces. So we
Hmm.
could instead have 9 by 5 by 13, which is 585 cargo crates. Um, and I think if you were out on a mining expedition, so today, if you were to bring in 585 crates of ore at, let's just say 100K, that's actually a little bit lower than what the normal price of ore is. That's
Yeah.
58.5 million.
Sure.
Yeah. And if since we'd be bringing them home refined, say refining it doubles the price, that's
Hmm.
117 million. That's pretty solid for each run.
So
And yeah,
can I jump in and make a recommendation?
yeah,
So I think it's going to be more practical to have a cargo mining ship and then a refining ship.
yeah. So that is true. Kind of like just have your main, kind of more, are you saying like a fleet of
Kind
ships?
of. Or you could have like one primary ship that has like all the ore storage, and then you could have like an escort ship that has like the refineries on it.
Yeah.
Because you have the benefit of being like a an organizer in the community, so
Hmm.
you can almost always find someone that you trust to take out the second ship.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah. I don't know which
I don't
way
know.
I'd want to take
It's just
this.
an idea. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would definitely go with that, but I kind of wanted to just make this a mothership. Like, it
Sure.
runs itself and can do all of that. And so, Tom, the reason plates are so low is because we don't actually have any plates on this yet. Yeah. Um, but yeah, Dan, so this could also function kind of just as a, well, yeah. I kind of like it because you can keep all your stuff in one place. Like
Yeah.
if somebody needs to leave, they can park their ship on the inside and you'll be fine. Whereas like in a fleet, if somebody leaves, then sometimes you may not be able to crew that ship.
How would that work if you logged off? Like, let's say you're sitting in like a hauler, and then you
Hmm.
park it inside a cargo lock,
And
and
you log
then
off.
yeah. So would you show back up in that seat, no matter where that seat
N-
happened
no.
to travel?
So you would show up um, wherever the wherever you logged off.
Okay, that's what I
Which,
thought.
yeah. So I think they're thinking of changing it or not. I'm not sure. I think it's good the
Hmm.
way it is because that way if somebody steals your ship, you don't spawn in your ship.
Yeah.
Um, which give or take, that could be it. But yeah, because this would be big enough. The ship would definitely be big enough to have a respawn bay on board.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I think having a respawn bay is going to be so nice,
yeah,
because then you just have to worry about your reactors having enough power.
yeah, and then that's fine.
Yeah.
So you could leave this out here for a long time, and if you could create, you can get the resources to make more reactors, reactor fuel
Mm,
rods.
true.
And yes, we do need to start recruiting fighters for our Bonanza. Um, so Dan, are you familiar with our Bonanza? Our mining
Um,
Bonanza?
so I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Um, I
So
saw the trouble with T-Jess, right?
yeah, so we went out again and we were found again.
Ooh.
Um, so we're gonna need to bring out fighters next time. So we have to look for that. And so Tom, the attachment plate limit is so low because all of these limits are built off of the Ithaca 4, I think, or is it just
the
the
devs,
Ithaca?
the devs hate us. That's
Yeah, yeah, the devs do hate us. They don't want us to build anything super big and cool and fun.
fine.
So, yeah. If these plates were like 10 times higher, I would be having a field day.
Yeah. Honestly, they just need to. If they just bumped the voxel limit, like, count me in.
Yeah. Now, I would love everything to be bumped.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I'm okay with like the weapons and lamps being that low,
Yeah.
but the necessary stuff like attachment plates, voxel volume, bolts, and objects, I would like those 4. So, oh yeah, and once welding is in, much less of an issue.
Hmm.
Whew. Yeah, this is approaching the limit of what somebody else's PC could handle. Even the Nebulon B was. The Nebulon B, I'm pretty sure that caused a couple people's computers to crash. At least
Yeah.
Hydro's.
Yeah,
But
I soft crashed, I think, once or twice.
yeah. Uh, and so Yo-Yo, right now there is only one solar system, and it's just a planet and the sun.
So you could say
And
one solar system.
yeah, it's almost not even a solar system, but there are also some not planets, moons.
Hmm.
I also need to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna start rolling out updates that are gonna invalidate people's ships. So
Yeah,
people will be spending even more time in the Starship editor.
yeah, like I am definitely going to be spending more time here. Also, I'm going to mark that as, oh, I can't color that. Let's get I need to mark a center of the ship. Like a,
Not yet, yeah.
yeah. I think they're going to be working on that in the future. But, so, yeah, so the ship is even numbered, and there are 13 cells across, which means that cell right there is the middle.
Hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's the middle cell.
So did you double layer those beams
On the
for
outside.
structural reasons?
So down here, I did for structural reasons. Out
Okay.
here, I did it so that you have the exterior plating. And then what we can do is like this. I'm just gonna
Hmm.
delete this real quick. But so you can have a person in here, and well, we'll take these out so that you can actually walk.
Yeah.
But it's a access corridor.
Okay.
So
I like
that way we have an integrated access corridor into the actual ship, and we can run wires and cables down there.
that. Hmm.
Easy peasy. So that way they don't really have to be hidden. And I was planning on this ship being utilitarian anyways, except for the bridge. I want the bridge to look pretty.
Sure.
But yeah. So everything else. And let's see. We're gonna have. I want the hangar. So the hangar has its own mini bridge, of course, because why not? So
Mhm.
I think we're gonna put that right there. So build your ship, mining, sell, war. Exploration is eventually going to be a thing as well. Right now it's just, I mean, actually there was some exploration early in the early days,
Yeah.
but
You
uh,
had to be wave one though.
yeah, like because it was really fun when all of the different stations were found, like the Empire Station, the Kingdom Station, the
Mhm.
outposts. My bad. Um, but yeah, those were all good times because everybody was like, "Whoa!" Oh yeah, and the
Yeah.
moons too. The moons are gonna take forever to get places. Like the other moons that people haven't discovered, it's gonna take a long time. and yeah, something like that. Um, this ship should have a good amount of redundancy, and no vital systems are going to be in near the hangar bay or in this kind of wall section here. I do not want vital components or systems to be near this, just in case somebody bumps something. Because you just know someone is going to
absolutely.
bump something.
Absolutely.
It's not even idiot proofing. Like normal, everybody just bumps something one day or another.
Mining ships have it good with redundancy because you can just run lines through the array of
Crates.
yeah, and then you've got like your own form of redundancy there.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
until all the cargo crates are destroyed, you'll have redundancy.
Yeah. So it's good to have, so I call them shelters. So what you do is you have a, so you take like what if you have a 5 by 5 by 5 of cargo crates and you have like one way in, like a way that you can crawl in. Oh, that's a shame. Um, but so a way that you can crawl in, and what you do is you put like your generator and stuff inside of it so that if you were to try and destroy it, well, you first have to break through all of the um, cargo crates unless you have a really well placed shot. But you have to break through all the cargo crates and then go from there.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
And like and you can still replace the stuff in there because you can get inside of it, but it's just going to be so painful.
So syntax, that is true, but the devs are going to implement kind of a stellar highway system. So you'll be able to move past the speed limit in kind of like this slipstream, so you can reach planets and outposts way faster. The downside of that is though there's an entrance and an exit, so kind of take that information with what you will.
And if I recall correctly, they were saying that you might have like waypoints along the way, and those could also be pirated.
Okay, so like mandatory stops.
Well, not just stops, but like what are they called? Relays.
Okay.
So like if you take out a relay, people are dumped halfway to their destination.
I got you.
Stuff like that. And yeah, we're
Sorry, really quickly.
we're gonna be
the
drafting.
along the way are the friends we make along the way. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
I was
Yes,
gonna start
the
harassing
friends.
him about the cat ears.
And I just realized that I'm gonna have to redo a lot of section.
Yep. Yeah, I made the exact same mistake you did.
Oh, you love a good copy
Don't worry.
paste.
It only took me like 13 hours to fix it.
Oh God.
And it was about half the size of yours.
Oh. Yeah,
I was like, I'll just fix these later. It'll be no big deal.
Oh God.
Little did I know.
It was at this moment Dan knew. He
He
fucked
fucked
up. This is actually a little bit. Yeah, I have to fix this. And yes, that is because when you're the only stream that's online, that means you're the best stream online. So
Enjoy it while it lasts.
yeah, enjoy the suffering. Oh.
I really wish people posted their ships more in the Reddit.
Yeah, I do too, because there are a lot of cool ships out there.
Yeah, the Discord is nice, but not everyone has access to it.
Yeah, so that's kind of rough as well. And I agree, Sinrax, like, taking that long to build just like a single gate that will get tiring quickly because I know there are a couple factions that specifically want to, uh, you know, make gates, and that's going to be their thing. They're going to be interstellar transport.
Yeah, it'll be nice for sure.
Oh yeah, I
And the
cannot
thing
wait.
is, if they operate like standard highways, where I don't know if they've talked about having like a tax or something to use the gate, but once they pay for the gate, they're probably just gonna forget realistically. About
Yeah, interstellar
taxes.
interstellar incorporated.
Yeah.
And it's been going good, combustible. We've only run into one major problem. Actually, multiple major problems, but we're just going to ignore the rest.
Yeah, the major is in bold.
Yeah, that's a call out if I have seen one. If I've ever seen one. Yeah, Trailblazers, that's it. I had a very specific one in my mind. And... Alright, so I fixed it, kind of. We're gonna have to fix, like, literally the entire ship, but I don't have the brain bandwidth to do that right now.
The brain bandwidth.
Yeah. The cheesiest stuff.
You're gonna need a lot of.
Yeah. This ship is gonna take so long.
Yeah.
Well, actually, since it's gonna be more quote-unquote industrial, and it's a square and doesn't have rounded parts like the Nebulon, it'll be so much easier.
Yeah. So the one thing that scares me for industrial ships is the dust cloud that they keep talking about.
Oh yeah.
Because I think the cargo crates are one of the coolest components that you can have on the outside of your ship. Personally, I know that's not everyone.
Yeah.
But it's just that they have a lot of detail, and they take up a lot of space.
And they're functional.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool. But the dust clouds are, I mean, they're obviously going to have some effect on either you or your ship.
They're gonna have honestly, probably a really large effect, sadly.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to say I'm not looking forward to it, but it's gonna be interesting.
It will be interesting, I'll say that. But I think that they would have to increase the voxel volume because
oh yeah,
if they don't do that, if they don't roll out something that lets us increase the size of our ships, and they roll out the dust storm thing that damages unplated ships, then the meta will just be having lots of small ships.
yeah, and plus because we've seen so many miners that are completely unarmored.
Yeah,
like people it would grind everything to a halt except for the quote-unquote cheaper ores, which cheaper ores at this point are literally just rocks.
Yeah.
So
combustible brings up a point. You can just avoid dust clouds.
Oh yeah, you can. That's true.
You can do that, but I don't know we don't know how big these things are.
Oh. Ah, dang it. Yeah, someone, that's what you get when you have Fixer design your ships. I think you should try to build a ship, someone, just for fun.
Yeah, just dump 25 hours of your life into it.
Yeah.
And then have it invalidated in a single update.
Uh-huh. Like so many of our ships when the structural durability went out. Oh, man, that hurt something else.
Yeah, I'm so glad that the shit that I was working on at the time, I just overbuilt it.
Oh, yeah. The Bastet was safe from that, but by God, was my small miner not. But I think this little area right here would be a good flight control kind of thing. I'm gonna see if I can stick a chair in a nice spot right there. Someone that's really funny. That's a real knee slapper right there.
Well, not everyone in the ship design business will make it.
Oh yeah. And like I even SOS might not make it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's capitalism for you.
Yeah, but we have plans. We're gonna host build destroy tournaments and stuff like that. So, ooh, do I want a pilot chair? I think a pilot chair would be all right. Either that, or what we'll do is we'll have like a console in front of this over here.
Mhm.
Um, like right here. So the glass would be right there. Da, da, da. Let's see if this will actually bolt. Okay, it bolts. Yeah, there we go. So if you're sitting here, you actually have a really good view. That's much better than I thought.
Yeah, you can see like the whole bay.
Yeah, which is what I was really aiming for. And plus, it kind of tells you which side is up, in a sense, because the shorter side is at the top.
Not necessarily Sin,
That's true.
because the developers have a lot of intentions for PvP, kind of like Rust or Ark, but shipbuilding is definitely going to be a big attraction.
Yeah. And really what's going to drive business is reputation.
Mm.
Because, like, a lot of the factions that have been established early, people know their names. And that's very important.
Yeah, like Occam.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to buy something, you want to buy from something you've heard before. Yeah, and, like, it's not going to cost much, but, our only issue is, people will be drifting in and out, but that's okay. There's no issue with that. Volunteers, baby. So yeah, I think a pilot chair would work well here because then you can just have a couple keybinds set up to control stuff,
Right.
if need be. Or what we can do is we can just put in a passenger seat there and have like a little control panel on either side.
Mhm.
So yeah. Alrighty, so that's kind of the general inside of the ship. Do we have actually? Because I remember we used to. Here it is. We do have access to the furnace modules. So this is a furnace conversion module. I actually don't know what this does.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of that stuff does.
Furnace module. That seems to me like it's going to be a side. Corners. So these are both corners with. Oh, so
Well, the thing is that, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Once the game kind of gets rolling, you're going to be able to buy player-made ships just
Oh yeah.
without interacting with anyone. You'll just click it from a menu and it'll show up in your inventory.
Yeah.
So playing the game solo is going to be really easy.
What's up, Jack?
Just like,
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to say, just like playing, it'll basically be just like playing Rust or Ark solo. Like, you can still do it, but having a group is easier.
Yeah, and bonk as you request. So this is interesting. So does this... Okay, so it's like, oh, that's interesting. So this actual smelter modules like clip on kind of like device bases.
Mm.
And so the walls are like this, and the door is kind of like that. I wonder how the doors are gonna work, actually.
Oh, it's gonna be like a physical thing.
What do you mean?
Like you'll have to load ore into it manually.
Yeah,
And then,
I'm that's the thing. I'm not sure because there's like the furnace conversion module.
yeah.
Like, and look at this. So it has a connection on the inside for a thing, and then for one of the smelter modules, and then it has a I think that's a wire slot or something.
Definitely looks like it.
I I have yet to understand the furnace. Um, the furnace is complex. The furnace
I
is,
think the
but
devs are in the same boat as you.
yeah. Oh, but here we go. Okay, so
Holy snaps.
that's nice. So here, what we'll do is we're gonna take out the smelter modules because we don't care for those. Um, and is there? So this has like corner ports, which I don't know what these are for. Like, I guess you could put a stand on them, but it looks like you can put one of these conversion modules on there. All right, see you, Jack. Thanks for tuning in. So doors. Yeah, we're just gonna use the module corners. So early access should be by the end of the year. That's the best thing they've given us.
Someone just said no. No alpha, no beta. It's a forbidden gem. If you're
No
not
beta
in, you'll
for
never
you.
get in.
So I'm not sure how we're going to be doing the corners on this though. I guess actually we don't want corners though.
Honestly, I would probably just leave space.
I
Like I wouldn't worry about designing anything.
Yeah, I know, but also like since also this is not going to be able to be produced, I figured it may as well give us some valuable insight into
Oh, okay.
creating furnace.
Ferni.
Yeah, it's alive. Oh. Because like those corner pieces are whack, but could do something like this. Dun, dun, dun. Move this more. Bonk. And that'll fit there, easy. Dun, dun, dun. Man, this is just one of those days where I can't even keep up with the chat. But just to see general sizing, this would be helpful. It's like if we take this, I'm not even sure if this is built right, to be honest, but
Holy crap.
yeah, then you could fit like, and for the sake of balancing, you'd have one on either side. You could probably even take this out one more from the side. But if you were to say like each one of those segments there, so like if a one of these modules has 4 segments on it, like if you could put 4 resource crates, then this would be a very large furnace, probably even overkill. Because who's saying you actually need to refine anything in a super short frame of mind? Like, if this is a big hulking mothership, then it's okay to wait a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the primary thing will be getting the ore.
Yeah.
And then, everything's so far away, you can just mine it, or you can just refine it on your way back.
Yeah. And kind of what Another idea that I was thinking of, like while I was building this, is are you familiar with Homeworld?
A little bit. I
Okay.
haven't played it.
Um, well, so in Homeworld, there is a unit in it called a mobile refinery, and how it kind of operates is so you put it out by a resource field, and the resource field, like the actual things that are gathering resources over there, they will uh, drop off their resources at that mobile refinery, and then
Mhm.
it doesn't show it in the game, but then it would quote unquote transfer the resources to your mothership. And so what I was kind of thinking that this could function as well is though you could do this with a fleet of other ships, like all specialized and stuff. But if you just want to have a mothership, because you want
Mhm.
to, what you could do is you could have this floating out in space, and then just have a couple smaller short-range miners in here that are constantly bringing ore and then refining it here. And then you have a couple other large haulers that come over here, dock, and bring the resources back to the um, station. And because this would have a large ore capacity on it, you could store all the resources on board relatively easily instead of,
Yeah.
because like if you have a big fleet, kind of like what you were saying earlier, that are all specialized ships, you'd have to transfer the resources more often from
Mhm.
ship to ship to keep the refinery ship clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is kind of what a refinery would look like. Now it is subject to massive change, but these are just the blocks that we have. There's also furnace conversion module, which I have no clue what it does. And then there's also these smelter modules, which I think are going to be like the actual lasers that you snap on here, because you can, well, snap them on. So, and then a furnace stand, which I guess is just, if you want to do that. But yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. Yeah. So this will definitely have its merits somehow. It's going to be interesting. Um,
Mhm.
we could try it either way. We could actually do that. We could have a group that is using specialized ships, and then a group with this ship, and then a couple of haulers, and um, like other ships to haul the refined ore to a station and see which does better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Cinerax, like, um, it, yeah, damage is all over the place. And Tom, I agree, it is nice that it's modular. But so, yeah, Cinerax, damage is all over the place. Like, you look at the Nebulon, and of course, everybody tries to concentrate the damage at the rear portion of the ship because, well, explodey. Um, but you see like laser shots and autocannon, plasma, everything all over the ship. Just because it's, even though it's a big ship, it's difficult to hit.
Yeah, you've got a little bit more. You can hit better if you're in a smaller ship, but you know
Yeah.
that's just going to be the meta.
So, yeah. The meta really, the meta's gonna change so much so quickly.
Yeah, they need to do something to reduce the amount of weapons that people want to take.
Like, are you talking about in the meta or just in general?
Well, I mean, like the devs need to. They should do something that encourages people to take fewer weapons. So it's
Oh,
more about piloting.
yeah, I agree. Like,
Like
um,
you have all these fighters that have like a dozen laser cannons on them.
yeah,
Like it just doesn't make sense.
Because like even though there is high power draw, you can still get a couple of shots off and be fine.
Yeah.
So let's see. So if we were gonna have, yeah. So now here's the question. I kind of want to do the bridge in a quote unquote fun way where it's off center, like to the right, kind of that section. Kind of just because you see like a couple sci-fi ships where it is off to the center like that,
Mhm.
and but also I feel like it will change the center of mass a little bit. Now, the ship is already going to be going super slow, but I think it may be worth it to, like, it may be all right to just have it off center. The drawback won't be that much.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So,
I don't think it would really be much to worry about, especially if you have the haulers in the cargo lock frame. Like the added mass will it will far outweigh whatever imbalance you have with the ship.
yeah. And, well, look at it this way. We could use ballast tanks of ore. So, yeah.
That would be interesting.
Now, how do we want to do this? So, I think it may be kind of like in the middle of the ship, actually. The bridge.
Oh yeah.
Because that way we can have like a staircase right in the middle where the refining area is. Like, sorry, between the refining section and the cargo section. So like right in here. Like the staircase.
Where are you thinking about putting the engineering section?
So, oh god, staircase. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. But I like staircases. They look cool. Um, but so the engineering section, so we're gonna have all this stuff here, and we're gonna leave this area for, so the thrusters are gonna be kind of sticking out the back because I want to do some special like cowling. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's the proper term. Because I want to make the engines look cool. That's
Yeah.
just a given. But I want to make it so that right before it, the thruster or the generators will basically be connected to the modular or cargo crates, and then the fuel tanks, I guess they can be back there as well, because it's hard to shoot all the way through a thruster.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know quite. Now I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I could put some fuel or generator stuff on like the inward facing wall, like the refinery facing wall of the section that separates the hangar and the interior parts of the ship. Because there is enough room here to where if something bonked the um, hangar facing side, it wouldn't shatter the refinery facing side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and mines would be a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie, but it takes up so much area at the back, and because the thrust to weight ratio on this ship is gonna be kind of nutty, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, the thrusters, they don't have that spin up time. So, Dan, have you played Brawlhalla at all? Ever? Like,
I have not.
okay. Well, if anybody who has played Brawlhalla, I find it ridiculous. It's now on mobile, and it's cross-platform as well. So you can play with PS4, Xbox, PC, probably even Mac and Linux. And
Interesting.
It's ridiculous. And also, guys, the one thing we could do if we want to squeeze in some more space, we can move the ship forward to the front here because there's not going to be too much stuff sticking out the front. We could move it a little bit more to the front and get more space out of it in the back. But what we will do is we will get those thruster. Now that is a question as well. Box gang or triangle gang?
You know how I feel.
Yes, I know you are a loyal box gang.
Box game.
I don't even know what that rotation was. Oh, so Cinerax, the desired thrust, that's because, or well, I don't think there's desired thrust, but there's like what the thrust is supposed to be, and then the current thrust, because like the FCU will balance. Oh, shoot, I didn't. The FCU will balance the thrusters and, you know, your center of mass. So that's why it has that. And triangles, really? So triangles are more fuel efficient for the space they take up? That's interesting.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're just talking about size.
Yeah. For the thrust. Okay. Triangles are more fuel efficient. I didn't see that one coming. Not gonna lie. But what I will do is I will go here and I will pick all of these, and I'm gonna turn these into actually I should probably turn them into 3-way intersections, but I'm only gonna turn them into 5-way. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, triangles, that shall be the way we go. Even though the ship can't actually be produced in the current version of the game. Bop. Oh, here comes a sneeze. Oh. Oh, jeez. I'm lucky. I've been pretty quick on the mute button today. There are other days where that is definitely not the case. Alright, so we have that there, so that actually provides a flat surface. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the triangle. And so here's what I'm thinking. Now we can't, I'm tempted, we can go for aesthetics. It's very, very tempting. And yes, 2 triangles equals 1 box. But so what we could do is something like this. So the back thruster is like that, and then we take that, we flip, then take, actually I'm just gonna bring in new triangles. And honestly, this ship is going to have tons of power production on board. I may actually decrease the amount of cargo crates there are on board. We're going to see. But we may take fewer cargo crates with us. Oh, bleh. That is very unfortunate. Fewer cargo crates with us. To provide for that. Almost. There we go. So that we can have more power generation facilities on board. All right, did it copy everything? It did. And one last hurrah. And we'll flip that right over. Yeah, that was some heresy there. I had to correct it. And so kind of having thruster banks like that, kind of where they're just a couple vertical cells along the backward or along the back of the ship. And then maybe putting in some other cool designs. But that also helps with balancing the ship because, you know, that way if something happens, or, well, since we're going to have so many ships docked on this and cargo crates on it, that having the ability for the thruster values to vary, like having different groupings versus a full back of the ship just made out of triangles, that would let us have a little bit more flexibility. Oh, or yeah, we can just put it like that because that makes sense as well. That would actually be really cool. Never mind.
Unless.
Haha, JK, unless. So if we put it like over here, inspiration has struck.
So it really pisses me off that there's no 45-degree beam intersections.
I agree. Yeah. So like something like that. Whew. Honestly, I think I'm gonna save this as a module. If Okay, thanks for not letting me save it as a module. But because we could actually make like a Corvette kind of ship
Mm-hmm.
that has these that like thruster kind of configuration. How far out is this? Just a little bit. Come on, Control Z, work your magic. Something like that, and then we'll have like those strips, or we could just do it like that all the way around. So like, I need to bring it. So like a strip there. So it's make it close but not touching. I don't think we'll be able to have two on either side. I'm gonna put one of these up there to save. Could put this up there. Yeah. So if we get it, I'll enable snapping. I'll allow it. And then disable. And we'll just flip it like that. Right there. Kind of like that. And then we'll have I'm gonna get this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Tom. One straight down the center. And we could actually have it be longer as well. Have I hit a build limit? No, I have not. Oh, that had me scared for a second. I know it's an inevitability, but dun dun dun. And we could make that longer, actually. That would probably benefit from being a longer segment. Yeah. But I think that looks really cool. Very spicy. Very, very spicy. We'll finish that up, and then I think that's a day for me, because I can kind of tell, like, I think I'm gonna lose my voice soon.
Uh,
I can just feel it. The little scratchy throat bit. Dun, dun, dun. This is what happens when you don't talk to people, and then you suddenly start talking to people. Something like that. Leave about that much space. Yep. And we will copy and paste. Line it up properly. And pull a 90-degree turn. Alright. So what I'm doing is I'm aligning these up first, and then I bring it down to where it looks about the same distance away. So like a little bit more. Like that. So what do you guys think? I think that looks epic. Now ignore this.
it is pretty sick.
Ignore that. But I think the rear engine segment looks really cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that very far forward. Actually, I'm just gonna put that inside. You live there now. But that's a screenshot. If I can, there we go. Let's see if I can actually move it further. Oh, a little bit too far. That also looks kind of cool from the inside. Huh. It's screenshot time, fellas. You already know. Gotta get it lined up perfectly, and then pop. See, now this is the only thing. You see the light out there, the beautiful bright light of the sun that gets blocked by everything in here. Why can't we have an open roof or something? Like an open design that actually lets us see what we're building. So if, for instance, your ship is made by a crazy person and can't fly, me,
Mhm.
that you can actually take nice screenshots of it. But it's a pretty sizable ship.
It's-
And it could fit its own thrusters inside the hangar a couple times over, probably, if you were to stack them up. Yeah, the ship is looking pretty nice. And with the triangle thrusters, it's even better that they're triangles, because that way we can just put a couple connections out here for them. So like a couple device bases, and boom, we have these 3 segments, and we can just put in massive generators and fuel rod storage racks, because we will need them. Oh, the beams will hate this. So we're gonna see how it shakes out. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Beams do not like triangles. And we could make this 3 wide, actually. That could be a potential. Yes, please do that. But for now, I've actually already gone over the length of the stream that I wanted to have it at. So, yeah, so this was the beginning of a mothership that we're probably never going to be able to finish. So, thank you all for watching, and if you missed a part, you can see it on YouTube when I upload this in a day or two. So, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you around.